So I wanted to talk about doing versus being. So doing is much easier. Doing is the lazy way out. And most people, ironically, think that they're extraordinarily productive when they're doing, and they're very proud of themselves. And the reason is obviously they're operating from their ego. And obviously they're in their masculine and they're thinking. And a lot of things filter into doing, including things like visualizations. Visualizations are doing, and that's quite popular, right? In our culture, I'm going to visualize this and manifest this. Well, where did that visualization come from? Probably your mind. You probably want something to happen, and therefore you're going to do something to make it happen. Isn't that interesting? What's the opposite, or what's the inverse or converse? Being. And in my opinion, being is the much harder practice. Doing is easy. In my opinion, doing is lazy. Even though you're like working your butt up the wazoo, it's out of laziness because it's the easy thing for you to do. The harder thing for you to do is to be in the present moment. The harder thing for you is probably to have patience and trust the universe to deliver. So if trusting is hard, then doing is easy. If trusting is hard, then doing is easy. Thinking is easy. Being productive is easy. The kinds of people who say, oh, I like to keep myself busy. These people are lazy. And they would probably argue against me because their ego says, no, 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 I'm very hardworking, etc. That's the point that I'm making. That your ego does that because it doesn't want to do the harder thing, which is to just be. In my opinion, the harder thing, the thing that takes way more discipline and practice and trust, is to be. And when you be, way more happens. You're not stuck in a rut. You're not getting in your own way. Everything that's meant to be occurs, and you don't like mess it up by doing something on top of it. If you have a feeling, you feel it. You don't think your way out of the feeling. So many people have a feeling and they just immediately flee because the present moment is something that they don't think that they can handle, and they're not handling it. So they're being, in quotation marks, lazy, and they're leaving the present moment. So they're acting untrustworthy to themselves. So being requires trust. Being requires trust. Trusting yourself and trusting the present moment. So you have to be able to like trust that the universe is taking care of you. You have to trust that you're okay. You have to trust that things will get done or happen for you in your favor, in your best interest, even if you're not like doing like vision boards and like working 20 hours a day and doing all the masculine things that most people do when they're lazy. And I know this sounds maybe like counterintuitive or opposite, or might even be slightly triggering if you love visualization boards. And because that's doing, you're going through freaking magazines and cutting things out, or cutting and pasting whatever on digital. Like, I've seen people who did like huge brainstorming sessions and then map it all out and draw lines between all these words and show me like proudly, look at what we did this morning. I find that so stupid. I'm so sorry. I find that so stupid because if you use your intuition, the thing just comes, and it comes like this. It's so fast. And you don't have to do a brainstorming session through your mind. Those are all ideas that came from your mind. Your intuition is something that connects to something beyond you, is smarter than you. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. And knows way more than you. And I think we can agree, right? Your intuition knows way more than you personally do in your mind. So whatever your intuition tells you is probably, in quotation marks, best, or at least better than whatever you came up in a brainstorming session, or whatever you want to put on a vision board. So to me, being requires that you allow the universe to tell you what to do. And then you do it. And when you do it, it doesn't feel like you're doing anything. You may be moving your body and taking actions in real life, but it doesn't feel like effort. Does this make sense? Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no trying. You just are. And when you are, it's possible that, again, you're moving your body through space and eventually there is a thing at the end. But every single moment of it, you're being. And to me, this takes the most discipline, the most trust, and it is not the lazy way out. And this is what I encourage in people: be, don't do. All right, thanks. Talk to you next time. Bye.